Cheers, radio. Boom, we're back. Episode 81. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a two for today. We got two of my good buddies, man. I've known these guys for quite some time, man. It's been a minute. But it's been a minute. I haven't seen you guys.
Too long.
Jacob Salamon and Jared Bauer of Wisecrack.
Hello.
Hello. What's up, Greg?
What's up, guys?
Dude, it's been fucking forever.
Yeah,
I haven't
man.
seen you.
It's crazy because like we did
Long
this.
time.
We did a project a long time ago. Like what? That's
2012.
It's the first thing we ever did together.
A ridiculous project, and it was so fun, man.
Yeah, dude.
Wait,
Let's
I
go
was
Boo
telling
Please.
Jared, so you came into audition, I was like legitimately scared of you. And I was like, he's going to be perfect for the gangster character.
This was thick Rick back then.
Sick, Rick, come on. Yeah, it was a fun show. I can't believe it's been almost 7 years.
And it's kind of crazy. Well, just like seeing that, knowing that was like the first thing you guys did, like, and then like what you guys have been able to like build over the past, 6-7 years or whatever the fuck it's been. It's kind of impressive, and not kind of. It's very impressive, but it's also I think you guys had some kind of foresight and were the industry, so to speak, like the entertainment business is heading. I feel like a lot of this shit there was a tidal wave where everything was going to go digital at some point, and it's kind of like now we're in this weird Napster phase where everyone's like, it's such a cash grab or content grab for the internet space. People want to go get the eyeballs, and Hollywood, quote unquote, doesn't know how to like adapt to this new like format that everything's going to. Mm-hmm. Netflix is killing it, but I don't know. Like, did you guys know that, or is that what you guys just ended up fitting in, or?
It was a collection of things. I mean, I think the thing that I'll always tell people is that the best thing we ever did was just make something and make something for an audience. Yeah. So Bubble Please, which is the thing that we did with Rick, we just like uploaded that to YouTube, and you remember we had that like initial big success, and we were just like, okay, there's something here. Yeah. So we just kind of decided to keep doing that.
We got like a million hits on that first episode.
First video, yeah, and then like
we're making
the person,
it's so fucking funny.
I still
dude,
like
people still that video gets shared every Hanukkah.
Yeah,
every Hanukkah there's a new.
I'm getting tagged and shit. Like people are like, dude, I found you on this Boo Please video. Are you really Jewish? I'm like, no, dude. I'm not. You can come down whenever you want. I'm like, all right, thanks, I appreciate it, but
but
that was probably like a good push. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people would just come and eat shit. You know what I mean? Like,
people like move out to town and they start making something and it goes nowhere. And I think this was advice from a friend of mine, Greg Spiridelis, who ran Jib Jab. Still runs it, or runs Storybots, another brand. But like he was like, just make something for an audience and go. These guys are going to have a reason to share something on Hanukkah. They're going to need it. Their whole business was built on greeting cards. So we were lucky that was like the timing just led up to that, like where it was Hanukkah anyway. We were going to be creating something anyway. And
interesting.
The original idea was that we were just like, we had been spending all this time, because the original plan when he moved out here, like we met you probably how many months after you moved out here?
Like a month, probably 4 weeks.
Shit.
1 or 1.5 months after Jacob moved out here, and the plan was that we wanted to make like indie films. But during that first month, we just quickly learned a couple things. One, there's no money in it in indie features at all. Two,
you do like a festival circuit, hoping somebody will recognize you and then provide the funding for your next project.
Right.
Well, yeah, but even getting that funding for the first project, and even if your first movie's great, like even the best of the best filmmakers, it'll take them like 5 to 10 years to make a movie. Even like what was the name of your friend who made that movie? That he lived like the dream scenario. The guy who made that film that was like the #1 independent film, and it was huge in Mexico.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I can't remember his name right now, off the top of my head.
Sounds like a real popular film.
No, it was. Instructions not included.
Oh, that was huge.
Eduardo Cisneros. So like,
Eugenio Derbez was.
Eugenio is the actor.
Nobody wanted to fund that.
See.
It was a huge movie.
He spent 10 years making that movie, and then when it came out, like he fucking hit the lottery.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine spending that 10 years and it not hit?
Yeah.
So that was like something that Jacob and I just like couldn't fathom.
Yeah.
And
at the end of that, like, fuck.
I think the thing that scared me is I think we went to lunch. I think we went for lunch. I went to like the Earth Cafe or some place on like Larchmont or something.
Bro. You're so LA.
No, this is like my first month in town. I'm like,
He's
I can't wait.
LA, walking into LA, super fucking LA.
I was like, I studied Entourage. Like, oh, they went to this restaurant. This must be the place to go. So no, I walked in. I think Jared was there. We were talking about some movie or a script or something, and I thought, holy shit, we're gonna be having these meetings for 5 years.
Yeah, that's like the whole game. It's
just to make a movie.
Just like your professional coffee meeting people, whether you're courting talent, courting investors, courting writers, courting whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna,
if you could even get to that point.
If you can even get to that point.
Get into that fucking meeting is such a mission in itself, you know?
Yeah.
I was looking at your guys' website today. It had like the stats where it was like 500 and something, what is it, million fucking views or something crazy. And I'm like, damn it, I'm looking at how many guys shows and podcasts you guys have. And that seems like such... It's all in your control. You know what I mean? Instead of going to these lunches and meeting with these people and being like, please help me make this project. You're like, fuck that.
And it's just...
Let me do what I can.
It's a finished product. Like, you made something. It's not like...
Then they come to you.
Well, that... And it's like... You know, I can write a script. I can like tear my heart out and like spend 5 years writing a script, but it's just a script. A script ain't shit until it's actually made into a movie.
You need the actors,
you know
and then you need everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it is fulfilling to be able to make something from start to finish. And if it sucks, well, you didn't spend 10 years making it. You spent a week making it. Now you're on to the next video.
You're like,
you know
fuck it, my heart's not broken.
So that work, that kind of pace of work was good for us.
I think a lot of it also has to do like how consistent you guys were with it. You guys really like just kept doing shit. You know what I mean? And like you came from a corporate background.
I was much more like strictly marketing and business.
Yeah, but you got that shit down.
And digital business too. So I was thinking like early on. I think to my detriment in some ways. Like, I'm not like I don't regret my career here, but like I just think. I was so interested in like turning it into a business so fast. Like my instinct was I want to be good in LA. I want to be successful in LA.
Yeah, but it worked.
And the way to get there, I'm just saying like creatively, I think it became like let me go focus very fast on turning it into a business as opposed to like let's just keep exploring the creative side of things. Well, and not that it's like, to my detriment, but I was just like I was rushing.
Maybe, but most people take the opposite approach, right? Most creatives don't have the business component of the aspect, and that's where most people's equations don't fall apart. You had just enough of creativity to be like, let me just focus on this business shit that no one else seems to get, and make that my thing that separates me from all these other guys that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It served us super well. I mean, it helped us like keep the whole thing, the whole operation afloat, turning it into like allowing us to have this regular schedule and to keep making content for 7 years. Yeah. And that's another thing too. Like we definitely got an office early on, and we really like made it
since both of the place. Like you guys had a fucking office.
The first one that was in his uncle's like spare room or something like.
It was very Jewish of me, right? Like you got to turn it into like a business, get the cash register going. No, but it was fun. I mean, it's been you really saw me at this moment like where I was in between this corporate job and trying to figure out like what my creative voice would be or what my creative life would be. Yeah. And so you really saw me. I was like a pig in shit. Yeah. Remember I had my clipboard and the scripts and I was in heaven. I was in heaven.
It was because I was like at the same time I had come from a corporate environment too. I had worked for Coca-Cola and I was like in marketing too and shit. And turning over to this creative environment, you're like, oh shit, like how do I use some of that? Over here.
Well, you were very diligent. I remember I was telling Jared this too. Like you were very ADD. I remember like being super like excited. And then the moment the camera started rolling, it was like in focus. Like, and I think at some point we needed to like dub a line. I think there was like a sound or something happened. Like something fell in the background, so we dubbed this like two versions of two different shots, and it was perfect. Like it was the exact same performance.
It was so strange because early on, again, I thought too to my detriment. Right? You think. Because like I was treating it like this is a job. We got to get this right, and I think it helped me back creatively. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I'm glad I did that because I had the right reps. I looked for the right agents. Like I looked for the right things like that people don't do. You know, those are the steps that creatives we usually don't like.
Don't think about that stuff or don't focus on it.
You know, and that's really what's going to keep you going.
And I remember you were very diligent about the classes and about the setup and the schedules and the auditioning and all that.
Still, you know, I'm just a lot more like, and that's what I'm like. That's what I'm happy about. That I'm like I'm able to like I don't have to fucking have a job, like go wait tables and shit. Like I don't have to do none of that shit because I've kind of crafted a little path for myself, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll do a bunch of commercials, make some money. I can be a little more selective in my movies and and TV shows that I go out for, and it's kind of a cool little balance that I got. I don't need much.
Right.
You know what I mean? What is success?
Yeah.
You know, of course I want more, but
Always.
we're all work in progress. But what do you guys think though was like from Boo Please? What happened there? Because we did like 9 episodes, and then from there, what ended up happening after that project? It was a nice little positive. Like
it was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It was tight. You know,
it was a real. Oh man, we were like a family. It was really, really awesome.
Cool, man.
It was a cool
I think we were all just really young and hungry in this shit.
Yeah,
at the
we
time,
were all just trying to prove ourselves.
And it was only like 7 years ago.
I know, but it really is different. All of our friends, even now, I mean, all have jobs. They're all. It's just like the whole of our lives are different for us. We're going from 20 somethings to 30 somethings was a big difference.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like life-wise
at the time. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude.
I remember being surprised.
I'm 30.
Oh shit, Rick's younger than us.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna be 31 this year.
Right.
Damn.
So it was a different moment, you know. Like it was. All of us were so eager to just
make something cool and
prove ourselves, work however hard it needed to be.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
But it was legit.
It was legit. And it looked great. Like I think that too was a big special thing. Like you had already had the network of filmmakers, so people who made it look legit.
Dude,
we still work with Richie.
Still work with Richie.
Oh, dude,
to
he's
this
great.
day.
He's great. Yeah, he's great. I love him.
He's shot everything we've ever done.
I know shit.
Yeah.
Damn, fucking Richie. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Like even thinking back, I'm like, we did treat it like that was another thing. Like even the sets and everything, whatever the fuck we used, we were like, cool, it's someone's house or whatever.
Yeah.
But like we like used it legitly. You know what I mean?
Like a beautiful set, good lighting.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was.
You guys figured it out.
Yeah, it was like everyone's getting paid like $10.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
like,
that's the thing too. Like everyone was getting paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
something.
like whatever, something, right? And that's another thing. Like you treat a job.
Yeah.
People remember that shit, man. Long term, people remember, or they're like, you know, this person was dope. Like even though they didn't have much, it's still like whatever the fuck I got. I don't want you to waste your time. Also, like taking care of you, you know.
I felt really bad. We really wanted it to be. Yeah, you also had this point like that. You're going to be calling some favors here. Like we didn't have money, so it's like you call some favors, but it all worked out. Now we ended up.
I mean, starting out in Hollywood, it's an entire economy of favors.
100%.
You know,
and I think people know that too. Like, people are like, oh, this person's a good person. I'll hook him up.
Right. You know, Jacob and I we worked a bunch of. We did a whole project for free. We did Richie's. We did the production design on a short film that Richie made, and then you know, to pay us back, he did you know, all the Bubble Please for like basically no money.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and he got some dope shit. I mean, it was shot wonderfully.
Yeah, he's
because if you think about it, like in 7 years, the technology's changed a lot.
We still shoot on the same camera though.
You guys that's very Jewish of you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's going to be a recurring theme
We're
here.
so Jewish.
Yeah, we don't have. We had that little clapper board, like the slate.
Yeah.
We don't even
Yeah,
have
We
one
have
yet.
a slate in here. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
So like, dude, we're clapping.
I mean, we've made like 500 videos, and every single one just.
Hey, how many shows do you guys have now? You guys have a few, right? You have
a lot. We've done at this point. We've made over 25 formats, so we've made a bunch of different shows.
Some are very short-lived. Some have, you know.
Do you guys have Earthling Cinema still going?
We do.
And then, do you guys still doing Thug Notes with Greg?
We're like on a little bit of a break with Thug Notes, so we might bring it back.
Because the podcast too, right? You guys do a podcast with that too?
Yeah, but we did both Earthling Cinema and Thug Notes are over 100 episodes. Thug Notes is like 112 episodes.
That's
Earthling
crazy.
Cinema is over.
I know how
like
much effort
110.
that takes. This is episode 81, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, this has been years in the fucking making, and I'm like, 100 episodes. You're fucking cranking them out, man.
Yeah,
and to write, you guys. It's also like really intelligent writing you guys have on there. You know?
Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of the whole thing. So, I mean, Wisecrack was basically birthed out of it was initially a spin-off of Bubble Please because it was that we were going to take Marcus's character and basically present him as like this literary genius.
Yeah.
But then we ended up going with somebody else. Yeah. And then that became Thug Nose. We ended up changing the name of the character and everything. And then once that hit.
So so for people listening who don't know, they did critique. What's the explanation?
So it's like Spark Notes or
Spark
Notes,
but
it's like
classic literature.
It's a comedy version of that. You know, and the premise is that like, you know, people are so intimidated by these really old novels that you have to read for school, but we're going to break it down in the most accurate and insightful way, but in street lingo. So you're not going to be hearing any of that, like, you know, fanciful ivory tower language. We're just going to break it down so that anyone can understand it and it be funny at the same time.
So it's educational and it's funny.
That's right.
So the school is kind of ate it up, right? with you guys?
Sometimes, well, it was banned in some schools. It was
Fuck it.
embraced in other
Yeah.
schools.
You can't win them
know,
all,
you can't
whatever.
win them all. Hey, but hey, that was even better. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's banned in
You're
a
much
school,
more likely
that's
to get a hit. Yeah.
exactly. You know, that's going to
Everything.
make the kids want to view it that much more.
I don't
Don't
know of
push
any
that button.
teachers getting fired.
Dude, I've seen.
I don't know of any.
I've
Not
ran
that I know.
into like girls who are like 18 years old and they're like, "Dude, Thug Notes got me through high school," and I'm just like, "Damn, I'm old."
You're not even old, but
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
You're 18
like-
already, goddamn.
Yeah,
You know?
for real.
Got me through high school.
But then,
I was 28
it was
when I wrote
basically
that.
just like, all right, how is money made in digital? And then, once we kind of figured that out, we're like, all right, so
That's the tricky thing because, like, again, we're like in the Napster era. Well, you know how when music went from like CDs and shit to like Napster. Mm-hmm. The whole music. I don't even know how long ago was that. It was 2000.
like 2000,
Early 2000s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, like, and it was a bunch of musicians that were like, "Hey, man, we're losing all our fucking money. They're giving our music away for free." It's essentially what's kind of happening. Like, the audience now wants their content for free, a la YouTube, you know, or podcast or whatever it may be. You know,
But it hasn't hit their wallets yet. Like those traditional people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you know this.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
100%.
but so here's an example of why traditional media is still so much a better business than digital media. So, like, let's say that Rick's got a YouTube channel and he runs an ad and he says, all right, so this video is sponsored by Dove. Go to dove.com/Rick and get yourself some soap.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to run that commercial on like ABC or CBS, there's no like go to dove.com/Rick. It's just that, hey, Dove, I showed this to 500,000 people who watch this.
You get
Pay
residuals.
me.
Yeah.
Just like pay me. But with us, it's like, all right, so Dove pays us to do this ad, but then they're like, hey, only 5 people went to dove.com/Rick, so we're not going to pay you for the next one. So like there's so much more burden put on digital because we actually have to convert, but whereas the traditional media people, they're getting way more money and they have zero responsibility to actually make their viewers buy the product.
Yeah, they can't. Damn, that is tricky. I never even thought about it like that.
Well, radio has some direct response. Like I know Howard Stern has like whatever, go to Dollar Shave Club /
but he's the
Howard
king.
or whatever.
Howard Stern has like
he's got
fucking
30 million listeners or whatever the number is. It's massive.
probably more than that.
But
a month, way more than that.
But there's way more accountability in digital. The rates are way lower.
Way lower.
But I think it's
So
also
it's just-
because like everyone's still a little more apprehensive to spend their money in the digital marketplace. It's even though it hasn't been quote unquote been proven yet. I think.
See, I think that's bullshit. I think it's just like so much of it is just like all these relationships between marketers and media
Agreed.
buyers. It's just like a fucking old boys club.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's just like a tradition of you writing me a check for $1 million that
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
exist in digital.
And it's also like new people that are running digital. You know what I mean? So like I think it's also it's inevitable. It's inevitable because the eyes are going to the digital place.
They
Like,
are. The
people
big,
are
Totally.
just dying.
The
But
way-
the big piece that changed our industry, though, for the digital publishing business is that the dollars or the viewership is shifting, right?
Yeah.
So like all
The eyeballs
migration.
are there.
Who has cable now? I mean,
Yeah.
no one that we know, young people don't really have cable. Everyone's switching to watching digital content. And that was what our whole business was predicated on. Like Wisecrack is predicated on this idea that, hey, all these viewers are coming over. We're going to be here when you come over.
You guys were kind of early on, like still early. 7 years ago, still
There's a
pretty early.
butt coming.
Yeah, but there is a but though. So
Yeah.
the ad dollars are shifting over, but 90% of the dollars that are shifting over, so like $9 and $10
Yeah.
that are coming over are going straight to Google and Facebook. They're going to the platforms, not to the creators or publishers. So whereas
How?
They're
It's just so efficient.
They're
Yeah.
so efficient. Like, let's say Dove Soap wants to spend $1 million. You could like search the internet for a creator that does content that is akin to Dove Soap, or you can just like Google's like, oh, we've got like 400 algorithms that like will match your ads with all the people who their soap dispensers almost up because they have that level of detail.
Well,
You know
my
what I'm
brother has
saying?
this program on his computer where it shows how many people are checking all your data, everything on your computer, and it's like a little like it has a string to what parts of the world you're getting to, and it's just at all times it's like a goddamn black web across everywhere,
terrifying.
and it just tells you what information, like how many times, and he can turn it off, but I'm like that. We don't have that shit.
I moved
Yeah,
to the
so
desert.
exactly. So,
So
like,
they're
if you have a-
listening to you, and and it's helping us kind of because I mean I am looking
More
for a
relevant.
new speaker,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it does give you a speaker, but at the same time,
it
like
fucks us,
yeah, exactly. And I get why they're doing it, right, for the efficiency. But I think where it's going to end up happening in digital is going to be like much more niche things. Like people go to you guys because they like this type of thing. So that's these products
that'll
that they go
happen.
to.
It's just hard to get massive. Like it's hard to build a really big business that way. Because like NBC can command billions of dollars of ad dollars a year, or ABC or whomever, or HBO can sell their package to cable broadcasters or cable providers. But for us, we have to collect one deal at a time for whoever's willing to do one deal at a time.
Again, like it's still, and I think you're right. It is the old boys club. Like I think it's still like that weird thing where like I don't know if I should invest in you. Right. I've been doing this whole thing for this whole time, and it seems to work for me. And it's like,
well, see, but that's the thing. It seems to work for me. There's no way to measure the success.
Exactly,
you know?
And that's why it sucks because you're so much more accountable. Like, well, 5 people click. You're like, hey, motherfucker, they're watching your commercial. Who knows who bought it?
Exactly.
Right.
Like
they might have just been buying it because they were buying it.
It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
the less you know, the more expensive it is.
It's crazy.
You can't like be wrong when you buy a TV ad. It's like, well, it played.
Yeah.
Someone saw it.
You know, I can't talk shit because that's how I make most of my money. But on ads.
Same for us. Honestly,
I mean,
we really appreciate it's the reason why we're able to survive.
Residuals, that's what I play my fucking commercial everywhere. You know?
TVs.
For sure.
Yeah.
No,
you know?
it's nothing. No,
we
not
get
knocking
buyouts.
against the people who make the commercials and all that stuff, but
it's just where we're at.
Yeah, it's just a business model. I always think of it as like the real war is like it's a war of ambience. Like, you know, all these boomers that, you know, when they're doing the dishes and stuff, their TV is on and it's TV. But like when our generation gets to that age, like
I want to watch what the fuck I want to watch,
and it's going to be internet shit.
Exactly.
You know, like they want
because the thing was that we had so little to our control back then. Like it was like you either got 3 fucking shows, right, and that was it. Those were on at certain hours of the day. What are you gonna do? Sue me? That's it. Yeah. So you got that's all you got. You couldn't complain. Now I can watch anything. So the content is that much better because now it's competitive. It's a competitive marketplace. So people are gonna put on whatever they're gonna put on. You know, it's not like the old times. It's just, you know, all the boomers are boomers, kind of crazy boomers. They're getting older.
I like boomers. I like not them, but I like the term.
Yeah. I don't like them.
There's something very like slyly derogatory about it. Fucking boomers.
Fucking boomers. Boomhauer. But yeah, it's an interesting time, man. I don't know. It's also weird for like everything's kind of up in the air, man. Because like even for me, like when I play my commercials that I'm in, our union, the contracts that they've negotiated with on the new media contracts, right? SAG new media contracts. Kind of fucks us. We get buyouts, so it's kind of like we're doing non-union ads on TV. Like non-union ads, they'll give you a buyout. It's like we'll pay you.
Why is TV considered new media? Do you know?
No, not TV.
For like digital ads.
Yeah, so they'll run. I'll have like I'll have a couple ads running right now, and they'll be like they'll run on TV and they'll run a digital campaign. So in the digital campaign, will pay me a buyout, and then I'll just keep collecting residuals on whatever's playing on TV.
And a buyout just means they're paying. They pay you, and that's it.
Yeah, for a 13-week usage.
But you're making way less money on the digital stuff.
100%. That's what I mean. So it's like they're giving me like $2,500, for 13 weeks. And meanwhile, I'm making 15, 20, 30 over here. It's kind of crazy. So that's why like they still have to negotiate contracts. Even the rates that actors get paid, like. Even doing when I was doing Isla, I was like, we got fucked on that.
Well, that was why you didn't do that.
Because it was digital.
Yeah,
That's why you didn't continue, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it. Yeah, there's a whole thing. Yeah, it was still new. Now it's a little bit different. Like, there's a lot of players in the game, and like, there's Hulu, there's Netflix, there's fucking
Disney Plus, Verizon.
That's going to be the game, right? I think the game's going to be like you own your content and you put it out on your own platform and then you license it for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Netflix is doing that. Netflix will create their own shows and then
of course, and that's
what
Disney's doing
broadcast.
Too. Yep. They're probably going to license their shit to Netflix because Netflix has everybody. You know what I mean? But why give away your content?
In this territory, yeah. Like I think Netflix is creating certain content and selling those shows on DVD collections or putting them on TV and broadcast.
Who the fuck buys DVDs anymore?
Or opposite way.
You just download it from the cloud or whatever. Yeah. Dude, what if we?
It's weird to think that Blu-rays are probably going to be the last physical format.
Dude, there is now 4K HD, 4K UHD. Yeah, there's like a new
4K what?
4K discs, like 4K DVDs
really?
or whatever. But I think that will. I think they have like they've sold 80 units.
Yeah, you probably buy it. You're like, it's cool. It's got but yeah, man. So that kind of launched you guys, and then how do you guys come up with all your like different? Is there a thing that you guys are going for? Yeah, right. It's educational. A lot of it.
Yeah, just like basically when we decided that we were going to do this, like the big gap that I saw on YouTube, it's a combination of a gap and something that you think you can do, and I saw that there was like a big gap for. Kind of like humanities, like literature and philosophy, and I mean,
Was it shit you're into, or you were just
it
noticing?
Was really, I mean, dude, like Jacob said, like we were just convinced, like, all right, whatever we're doing, it's a business. And
I
so I was just like, all right, there's no literature stuff on YouTube. There's no philosophy stuff on YouTube. There's no like media appreciation stuff on YouTube. At least at the time, there wasn't.
Nothing that was making an impact, at least.
Yeah, and then but there's really successful math and science channels. If those are successful, I think there might be a market for this stuff. And so, I mean, literally, like, I mean, I've never taken a philosophy class in my life. I mean, I took, like, I don't even think I took a literature class in college. I'm like a film major, but it was just kind of like, we're making this a business. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's smart, though. Nobody really thinks to do that. And in that, you kind of find a way.
There's also something that I knew that I would get into. Like, it's something that I like.
Yeah.
But certainly, like, I had to, like, very much fake it till you make it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you end up reading up on shit as you go along.
Right,
but at the same time, like, I don't know. It's hard for people to find like their voice a lot of times, and it's like a lot of times I think you just gotta move. You just gotta move, and then eventually your fucking voice comes to you. You know.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you guys kind of did. Like you noticed an underserved demographic, or marketplace, and then you were like, all right, cool. How do we get in here, and how do we do it in a way that's fun to us? Still, like, it's not gonna be like boring ass literature. I think that's what you guys have successfully done. With Thug Notes and then Earthling Cinema. So Earthling Cinema, they review like movies and stuff, right?
It was like basically Thug Notes for movies.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like
what else do you guys have? What are the other shows?
So these days, I mean, because it's kind of like, so the thing about YouTube is so getting an audience is hard, but maintaining an audience is like even harder.
Bro.
Telling me. And I think that really the only way to do that is when you kind of enter what I like to call the digital friends industry. Like the thing that's going to keep people coming back is if they think that this person on the screen is like my friend. So we actually have started kind of downplaying the kind of like the shows that require like a suspension of disbelief. So like, Sparky Sweets is a character, Garrick Stormulate is a character. Now most of the channel is just me. Like it's just me talking about.
Dude, you know what's so fucking funny? I went into an audition the other day for a Jack in the Box commercial, and they were like, "We're looking for you guys to like recreate this YouTube thing or whatever." And they're like, "We're gonna send you a video of what we're looking for," and it was a fucking video of you.
No way!
God, it was a bunch of different
for a
people.
Jack in the Box commercial?
There was just a YouTube video of like YouTubers talking, right? And it was a bunch of different people like reacting to some shit. It was like a cheese grater,
it was
or some shit, and you're like, I don't know what this. It was food. You guys were commenting about food.
Maybe it was YouTubers React.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. And he sent me one of those, and I was just like, "So is that fucking Jared?" I was like, "All right, Jack in the Box."
Yeah, right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, because it's cheaper. We found also that so there was like the analysis that we were doing, and then we added the comedy element. But it seemed like we found over time people just really wanted the analysis, like the comedy.
People are smarter than we give them give them the credit for.
And like. That's the one thing, like, I'll shit on YouTube all day.
Yeah.
There are definitely some things that, like, make my life really difficult. But the fact that it is a platform where, like, there are multiple channels and businesses that are based on just, like, educating people, like, that's awesome. Yeah. Especially when you look at the fucking History Channel these days, and all it is, like, ancient aliens and swamp people and all that bullshit.
What really happened?
Yeah, exactly.
I love Ancient Aliens, but I'm sick of this shit. I've watched 10 seasons of it. I'm like, thanks, bro.
Or even, like, TLC.
Now it's just, like,
TLC.
Guy with the hair. Aliens! You know that guy?
Yeah.
Jared had me watch the South Park episode on History Channel.
I haven't seen it. Dude,
it's so good. It's like the History Channel.
Is so fucking good, but I can never get into it because of the goddamn animation. Oh, you guys have a Rick and Morty show, which is like my favorite show.
Oh yeah, that was kind of like the thing that we became known for a while.
Really?
And it's kind of weird. Yeah, because like it still is to this day our most successful podcast is our Rick and Morty podcast.
What do you guys do on it? You guys talk about?
Yeah, we just analyze Rick and Morty. I mean, it's such a smartly written show. So
Dude,
we'll make.
I go on about this shit all the time. But these guys are goddamn geniuses.
So
yeah, so like
and that's why it takes so long to do another season.
So we'll do like breakdowns about like some of the concepts that they're dealing with and like kind of the tangential philosophies that these ideas can bring about, and then so we have a whole podcast about that, and that's still our biggest podcast.
And you guys do that all the time still?
No, I mean we only do it when the show's on. So
the
show's coming back in like what, November?
So you guys have done it for how many seasons is that?
So we've done all 3 of the seasons that exist.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tight.
We also have a South Park podcast. That's my favorite one to do because I
Yeah.
fucking love South Park. It's our
They've been on
favorite.
forever. They're fucking legends in the game.
Oh my
man.
god.
They've kind of shit on everyone, like on called bullshit on everything, like
Yeah.
in a major way.
Uncompromising.
Yeah, just without giving a single fuck, and nobody says anything. Like,
And
what are you gonna
I've
say?
heard
And they've
Matt
got-
Stone be like, he's like, we have no friends in Hollywood, zero,
that
like
makes
no
sense.
one.
Good.
No
Fuck
one.
you. Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
When you got a hit, you don't need
Yeah,
friends.
yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I love. What's that podcast called? The Rick and Morty podcast.
It's called the Squanch.
The Squanch.
Yeah, like Squanchy.
No, I don't remember that.
Squanchy's like the little orange furball dude who like comes to Rick's parties, and he's like, and then like when Bird Person marries Tammy, it's on the Squanch planet, and Squanch is there, and he always says the word Squanch. He's like, I'm gonna.
I
It's
haven't
like,
done that episode. I haven't seen that episode. I've
Oh,
seen
man.
so much, dude.
all right, man, you
I've
gotta.
seen Squanch.
I'm not a real fan,
say
man.
so. Yeah, I guess
I just
not.
got-
well, see, like I'm
feel like an asshole.
I'm like a professional fan, so like,
My job.
I get paid to be a fan of Rick and Morty.
I know. I was at my friend Bex's place the other day, and she was wearing these PJs, and it had that Plumbus. I'm like, man, I've watched it when they have just those episodes where they go into that the TV of space TV. I'm like, oh
yeah,
my god,
interdimensional cable.
yeah, and they just play on everything. I'm like, god damn, these guys are so good.
That's them literally getting fucked up and improvising into a microphone and then them sending it off to Korea for someone to animate.
Damn, you got in trouble too, right, Justin Roiland? You got in
Did
trouble
he?
for some shit. Yeah. I think he got like Me Too'd a little bit or something.
Whoa, I
A
didn't
little
hear
bit.
about
Do you
this.
get a little bit Me Too?
A little bit.
Am I wrong? I hope not.
I haven't heard about that.
don't
I mean, I'm not really like
I don't know.
checking the news about that, but that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of common. I don't know. Who knows? Everybody's getting. You never know these days. But but yeah, it's. I don't know. I'm just really like. I'm happy for you guys. You guys have really like crafted like your cool little lane here, and you guys are bacon bad, and you guys have your shirt.
My mommy got me this shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Another great
hilarious.
show.
You guys have genius writing too. Do you guys do most of the writing for everything?
We got a whole team of writers.
No.
I mean, it was me and one other guy for Thug Notes, and then for 8-Bit Philosophy, it was me at the beginning, but then we got other writers on board, and now we have a network of like 25 writers.
Fuck, how many people are at the office now? Like that?
Like
The office is kind of small. It's like 6 people at the office, but I just did like a list today of all of our contributors. It's like 53 active people right now.
Damn.
We're like writers, directors,
Writers, editors, directors.
But that's kind of what it takes when you're
designers.
cranking out that much content. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, we always wanted it to be a brand that had multiple voices. You know, that just makes
Yeah.
it more of a brand rather than just a person.
that makes sense. Like, where did you guys get the Wisecrack from?
The name?
Yeah.
It took us like 3 months to think of. Not that it's like so like such a like a novel thing, but we were like literally like walking around with thesauruses.
It wanted to be the right name, and like cracking into education, like cracking into wisdom, and then like being crack for your brain is another thing, and then wisdom. I don't know. There's so much to that name that just worked.
The original idea was that everything was going to be like Thug Notes. We were going to do a Thug Notes for like every subject, and it was going to be like a mix of like education and comedy, but it was going to be like strictly like an education brand. So our first idea was we wanted it to be called Smartass, but the trademark was taken.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
What?
Yeah.
So somebody owns Smartass?
They own smartass in this in the entertainment category.
fuck
But I was
you.
going to say back like earlier when we were talking about like how
It's like Taylor Swift owning That's So Hot or whatever the fuck.
Yes, there's another like Caterpillar, the big truck company that owns like all the construction trucks. They're suing a coffee shop called Cat and Cloud in Santa Cruz for using the name Cat, and it's like that's just bullshit. Cat, or like Tiffany would go after Tiff's Treats. They went after like Tiffany's Treats, the
that's
cookie
right.
company. Like it's just.
I understand what they're doing. Like, we only
alone.
want you to think of me when you say Tiffany,
you
but
say-
also like, fuck you.
Yeah, or
Come
when you say
on,
the
man.
word cat,
Yeah.
you're thinking about like
Yeah,
the
my
construction.
buddy did a show for HBO called High and Mighty. They called it High and Mighty because it's about he's a superhero when he's high.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
So yeah, so it's done really well. So it's on HBO Go, but the original name was Scumbag Superhero, but the word superhero is owned by I think Marvel owns Superhero.
Oh,
So
wow.
they couldn't use it.
Oh my god.
Crazy. That's why I'm like, this
You're
is
gonna depress him.
No. Nothing is more depressing than what he told me on the way over here.
What happened?
He talked to a PR rep, and like PR reps are just like the most soul crushing human beings.
But they're also like, I don't know. It's such a weird time, and I feel like this is a big reason why, like,
well,
Trump's in office.
You mentioned Me Too. Like, this person literally said, like, is there anyone we can take down? Because those are the stories that do really well. Like, how cynical can you be? Yeah, exactly.
Dude. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're validating my outrage.
Well, I mean...
That's the shittiest thing ever.
It's because of where they're coming from. Not because of, like, let's help somebody.
No.
You know, somebody who's getting... They're like, no. Who can we take down?
It's like, literally, it's just throw someone under the bus for a couple bucks.
And the reason why that it fucks me up like that, because you can make something out of nothing if you're trying to take someone down, right? Even if it's something that shouldn't be... And that's what's happening, right? There's so many accusations of people, like, some that are not legitimate, and it's because, you know, somebody's just trying to get a fucking... the clicks.
Dude, that's why...
Clickbait.
Well, yeah, man, Hollywood, it's... Dude, you know, this is a place where, like, the top 1% of every person in every fucking shitty town in America has come and promised their whole family, their whole friends, their entire identity is baked into the fact that they're going to move here and they're going to succeed. Yeah. And when they start struggling, they will do anything to get ahead. Anything.
But you know what's crazy? That's short-lived. Like, everybody kind of... Like, when sometimes people... keep it up for a long time, but eventually everyone falls. Everyone falls. Like, if you're a shitty person...
Yeah, if you're a shitty person,
people figure it out.
You're going to get your 5 minutes for accusing someone of something. Like, that's...
Dude, like...
But it is worth it to some people.
Jussie Smollett, do you think he comes back?
Oh,
is there
God.
a gnat in here? There's like a gnat in here, right?
Well, first of all, I don't even know what the deal... Like, what ended up happening? I know the story, but I don't know, the charge was dropped. Why was the charge dropped?
Because, Michelle Obama called. So check this out. He has a lot of powerful friends, right? And... this dude, he faked that whole story that he got beat up by 2 white dudes in Chicago at 2 a.m. That they put a noose around his neck. They poured bleach on him. They said, this is MAGA country, N-bomb. And they punched him in the face and they tied him. He made this whole story up. It was a publicity stunt. And
who is he? He's an actor?
He's an actor on the show Empire.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about this.
Extremely talented, right? Extremely talented. He plays a gay character on the show. And he is gay. But
he literally did this because he wanted to up his profile so he could ask for more money.
And just but he's kind of...
This is like Wag the Dog. This is amazing.
And so he does this. And
terrible, but
he
amazing.
reports this to the cops. And Chicago police, they've seen some shit. So they start going around and looking for people at like 2 a.m. They start pulling up cameras. He hired 2 dudes. These 2 jacked Nigerian dudes who were like fucking 6'5".
Nigerian dudes.
That's what's so crazy.
White at all, right?
2 black dudes, right? And they rehearsed it. He paid him money. They fucking... As soon as they caught those guys said everything. Then, the Chicago police came out and they were like, dude, like, this guy is such a piece... The whole black community was like, this guy is such a piece of shit.
Jesus.
Because you're creating more tension between people, like, of shit that didn't even fucking happen.
You're producing it. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of
You're just a shitty person.
Yeah, I mean...
A lot of the drama.
100%.
Of course.
But then, so they were gonna... Because he spent a lot of city money, like, the cops... looking for shit, looking for these supposed 2 white MAGA country. I'm like, this is... And it was, of course, like, when you heard the story, it was like, of course, a fucking actor wrote this whole story. Yeah. This guy's a white guy.
A shitty writer, you know?
Come on, bro. It's all in the nose. He's wearing a MAGA hat. He had a noose.
Well,
he's walking around with the news.
There was this whole story that, like, he got back to his apartment, and he just, like, apparently, after getting, like, horribly harassed, he stopped at Subway.
And got a fucking 12-inch.
And he got a 12-inch sandwich. So he walks back to his apartment with the noose still on and a fucking Subway sandwich.
The cop answers the door. He got a sub, a noose around his neck.
Wow.
And he's like, hey, I've been hurt.
You can't write this. I mean, it's like
Fargo.
This is like a bad
He goes on stage the next day, like a week later.
Lord.
And like the whole rumor was that he got jumped. And then he comes, let's just make one thing clear. He's on stage. He's like, I fought the fuck back. And then everybody's like, yeah. He's like, I'm the gay Tupac. This is the whole thing. Dude, it's so cringy, right? And then the news came out that he made it up. And
holy! And so what did Michelle Obama do? She
called in a favor. Apparently, they dropped charges. They dropped all the charges. They had like all these fucking. They were
against the actor.
Yeah. Apparently, Terrence Howard had a blowout on set. He didn't want to come on a trailer. He's like, I'm not working with this motherfucker.
Wow, Michelle Obama. That doesn't sound pretty good. That sounds pretty low.
Yeah.
She sounds like she went low.
Yeah. Who knows? But
to answer your question,
when they go low,
I don't think he's going to come back. Not in this town. No one approves of what he did.
No.
Or no one is anyone even defending him?
They are. There are, because some people are like, and I get it too. Like in the community, like we got to stick together. But I'm like, no, you can't stick. Bad people are in every group.
That's right.
And you just can't excuse bad behavior. I hate when people like try to stand behind a cause. They're like, oh, I'm an asshole because, You know, I'm part of this movement. And they're like, shut the fuck up. Like, even with like super hardcore feminists are yelling at men's faces, right? They're like, you don't get to talk. You don't. And like, this is not helping anyone. You know what I mean? Like, this is not.
But he made it. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
He didn't need to do this because he's
a narcissist, bro.
I know, but
or a sociopath.
Talking about people doing anything to make it in Hollywood, like it's just double. It just makes it even sadder the fact that he already made it.
Yeah,
he's fucking on Empire. He's got a
hit show,
regular role
with some of the biggest actors.
It's broadcast,
some of the biggest actors.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Network,
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're about 40 minutes in. Let's go into some hot seat questions.
Okay, bring it.
It's gonna be the effect of my voice, so it's gonna sound way cooler. All right. I want you to describe your sex lives in a movie title. And go.
Oh my god.
I imagine a lot of people. Has anyone said the Fast and the Furious? Yeah. I'm sure people say that a lot, right? No one said that.
I don't know if I've asked this
What's
question.
the opposite of that? Mine is slow and long. It's Solaris, the porno.
Come on, it's a hot suite. Give me a goddamn title.
Is The Young and the Beautiful? That's a soap opera?
Nice. Jared's doing well, ladies and gentlemen.
Jared, you're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
What's yours? Come on.
Mine is the sad and the restless.
Is that a real title?
No, I have to pick a real movie title.
Yeah, real movie title. Yeah.
Gosh.
Walk Hard.
Walk Hard.
Oh, that's a good
Boom,
one.
That's a real good one. Walk Hard.
Let's see. Close Encounters. I don't know.
Give me one to stick
my
with it.
sex life is pretty. It's off to an interesting
Talladega Nights. There you go.
Yeah. Yes. We'll start there.
It's
It's off to an interesting new start.
Nice. All right. What are green flags in a potential partner? Give me at least 3.
Green flags?
What
Not red flags.
What is
No.
a green flag?
It's
Green
like,
flags go.
Like, yeah, this
Good?
is fucking good. Yeah. I'm shallow as fuck, so I'm always about looks as the fucking first one.
That's always important, but mine is like kindness, like ability to cut, to be affectionate and cuddle and touch is very a good sign, and then like just security, not insecure, like sort of confident.
Yeah, that's the fucking biggest turn off. I hate insecurities. Go.
Yeah, the one that's important to me, or one of the ones that's important to me, is the ability to elevate yourself above popular hysteria. If everyone is being super hysterical about something, I want to be with somebody who can take a look back and say, should we really be angry about this?
Oh, dude, I love that.
That's a really good one. The ability to bring up something, even if it's edgy or nuanced or political, and not be hysterical about it, but sort of be like, oh, I can see that.
That's wifey right there,
perspective.
Bro.
Yeah.
If you get one of those.
Exactly.
That's one. Boom, give me 2 more.
I mean, look, this is going to sound traditional as fuck, but cooking.
Dude. Do you know how to cook at all?
No, I'm horrible. My
okay,
girlfriend's
good.
great, though.
That's a good reason. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's one of the green flags for her. You did well, lady.
Yeah.
It was 3rd. Babe, what's for dinner?
One. I think it's just, and this is going to sound, again, pretty common, but I think that, someone who's close to their family is usually a pretty good character trait. That's usually pretty telling about if a person's dependable, if they're steadfast in their values.
What if they have a shitty family? Then maybe not so much.
I mean, if they have a shitty family, it's not their fault, right?
Bad roll of dice.
But and I'm not saying that if they have a bad family situation that you should discount them at all. But
sometimes put them on ice.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's if they're
a good green flag.
It's a flag.
No, it is though. Yeah, it's a flag. Yeah. One side's green, one side's red. Depends.
Yeah.
What is something no one expects of you?
I think they don't expect me to be I've been practicing Buddhism, so I think people don't expect me to be kind of chill.
Oh,
interesting. I'm like a very.
It's a Jewish Buddhist.
Yeah, I'm a Jubu. I'm just not very materialistic, and I think I'd say anymore. Not that I don't think I was very much, but
Do you still have a nice car?
It just doesn't matter to me. I do, but only because I don't
He's
want
got
to
the
pay
same car.
for another one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have the same car too. I'm gonna buy another one this year, but
Are you?
yeah, I've already hit too many miles.
You buy my car?
No, I'm gonna buy another Mercedes. I think. Yeah. I like nice cars, man. What is it? Boom.
Oh, people don't
didn't
expect
think
for me. People assume, and I think this is just a general thing living in Hollywood. People always assume your politics. That's just a big pet peeve for me. Even if I agree with you, don't assume I agree with you. I feel it's it kind of dehumanizes people who disagree.
It's easy to put people in boxes. Be like, blink, blink, blink.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know my political view.
Yeah.
I think my sex life is actually Curb Your Enthusiasm.
From the 3-pointer all the way back. I was like, I got it.
I was thinking through this. I was like, oh, maybe that's gotta be it.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's funny.
Great Expectations.
This is a good one for both of you. What do you think happens when you die?
You know, Keanu Reeves was just asked this question recently, and he had a great answer. And the answer was that the people who love you miss you a lot.
Oh, that's great.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
what I think
great.
about the most, dude.
Yeah.
When I'm like, I don't really fear death. I fear the people around me that I care about, and they care about me, and like that I have good relationship with. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to bum you out. I want you to be happy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
a
good.
beautiful answer.
He's the man.
Dude, he's also lost like his whole family.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's
To,
a
like,
very
murder.
tragic figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had a fucking crazy life, man.
I know. Yeah.
How did he lose everybody?
He lost his wife and I think his daughter
His
too.
sister died of cancer. And then I think he had like kids that died in a car accident
my
or something
God.
Dude,
like
he's
that.
had a
Like
rough
just
life.
like it's been
Yeah.
rough for him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's also had like great things happen in his life, but he gives everything away.
Yeah,
Dude, he's like
I'm a big
you know
fan.
the people
John
say
Wick.
people say oh dude I love
Yeah.
John Wick. People say don't meet your heroes, and I've generally accepted that. But he's the one who I think is probably just as awesome as everyone says.
He owns like a motorcycle company
Yeah, I
too.
just
He
saw
does a
that.
He
bunch
also
of shit.
has a experimental literary press. He's really into like poetry and like experimental literature.
Yeah, there's always a bunch of pictures of him always like reading something,
Yeah.
which is kind of refreshing. Gives me hope for humanity.
Does his own stunts. What a fucking baller.
Dude,
He is
yeah,
amazing.
he was with Halle Berry. Did you see their training videos?
Yeah, dude.
They're fucking
Halle Berry
badass.
too, yeah.
I was like, damn, all right.
We also love Tom Cruise. Also does his own stuff.
Dude, Tom Cruise is
He's
a
the beast.
motherfucker.
He's the
Hell
best.
yeah.
People are always giving him shit because he's a Scientologist, but I'm like,
I love him to
he
death.
can make a fucking film, all right?
No
my
one is more
God.
professional than Tom Cruise.
Dude.
That dude is a fucking icon of
And he looks the same.
professionalism.
He's like 60, 50, right?
Man,
Looks the same.
see Mission Impossible 6, see him like fucking sprinting on top of a building.
Oh.
I've never been able to run that fast.
Dude, did you see when he broke his foot?
Yeah.
Jumped from building to building?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I was like, and he finished the scene.
I love that Tom Cruise run with like
Dude,
the chopstick
he hung
hand.
out the side of an airplane off the
Oh,
building in
he's
Dubai.
incredible.
Yeah. Oh,
That
yeah.
building in Ghost Protocol.
Dude, that
hanging
scene
from a
fucked me
helicopter.
up though. I watched it at the Cinedome in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and it's just I was like, oh my god,
Tom
it's-
Cruise
dude.
is amazing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the man.
my favorite.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I think reading minds.
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
You would regret that fast.
You think so?
What was that Mel Gibson movie?
Because all your cynicism will probably be proven right,
Oh no.
or you'll just be more cynical than ever. That sounds horrible.
true.
You need to rethink that.
Okay.
That's pretty good though. I mean,
It would just tell me a lot.
You'd
but
be
maybe
very
I
successful.
probably would be very hurt though.
It's really yeah.
I'd probably get like
yeah, dude.
constantly
yeah,
disappointed.
yeah.
Um,
Like, oh man, I liked you.
Then maybe no sleep.
No sleep?
I love it so much though, but it would just I have so
would you
many
eliminate
hobbies.
it?
I have so many hobbies.
Not enough time.
And yeah, I feel like there's just constantly like time is just flying.
But you don't
through my
like that
fingers.
time? I'd just be like,
No, I like the feeling of relaxing, but to not have to, and I need a lot of sleep too. I need like 9-10
same.
hours. Like,
Same.
I would love not to need that.
I think controlling the weather, like that would be the most cush job ever. You would get paid so much to just like, I mean, the millions of jobs that you could like. Imagine just like a film set. Hey, we're spending like $2 million on this shot. We have to make sure it doesn't rain.
Get Jared
We're gonna
in here.
we're gonna just pay you $300,000 to sit here and make sure it doesn't rain.
Dude.
Just something like that. And plus, like you would just help.
Done.
You would just help everything. Like there's a drought here. Just make it rain.
You're gonna
Like,
get phone calls from
I mean-
Michelle Obama.
yeah, but then everybody would start calling, dude.
well,
There's
but
almost 8 billion people.
But that's
And
the
now we've
case
got
with
global
almost
warming.
any superpower, though. Like every superpower is going to have that. Like, okay, well then.
What are the winning
you're gonna
lottery numbers?
Because with great power comes great responsibility.
You get a phone call. Like, Jared's busy. Please hold.
Yeah.
Could you hold for a sec? No,
Exactly.
Nick.
It's like global warming's gonna keep you very busy.
Oh yeah, dude. If you could sell your souls,
How much?
what's the price tag?
Okay. Not to ask this another question, but like, what does that mean exactly?
Taking a job in PR.
Okay,
I don't know. Whatever it
okay,
means to you. Whatever it means to you, you know what I mean? Like-
what does it mean to me? I would say.
What mean the word to you? My money, my rings.
I don't know. Like, shit.
You'd have to
Like
have
if
deep
selling your
pockets for my
soul means like, I don't know, like selling out to like Al Qaeda or some shit.
I would.
then I
I'm
don't- then
saying
don't
like
think there is
I
a
don't know. I
price.
don't know. I don't even. Yeah, that's a complicated question because now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what if you,
thinking
what if you,
America.
what if you, you know, your soul travels on and you keep reincarnated,
Like
but then
okay,
you
so
sold
you're
it.
doomed
like if
forever.
like
You're
first,
doomed
how much
forever.
money would I need to make to start like propagating fake news or something like that? Like
That's
that
a
would
practical question.
That would
yeah.
be me like selling my soul.
Oh, I see.
I'd say 15 million.
15 million?
15?
That's
It's pretty
it.
low. Yeah.
That's not too bad. Okay, go ahead. 15, I mean, fake news. I mean, it's not that much though. You don't have to do that much hard work. 15 million.
God, I
See,
think
to me,
mine
I'm
would
not
be-
even thinking about how much work it's going to be. Just like how much.
Yeah.
How much.
Like in your ethics.
How much can I handle hating myself?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's all about hating
15
yourself.
million. 15 million. I'd be like, fuck it. It was worth it. I get it.
God, yeah. There's just nothing that I want
Well,
to
15
use
million
that
is the
money
minimum.
for. Yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
No, but
you could use it for other people.
15 million, you just don't have to worry about ever doing anything ever. You know that's
true.
you know
right.
You can literally sit
you
in an
could do that
account
with
and you
10
live off
million.
the interest of that shit forever.
You could do 10 million, but
you
I just added
know.
5 just to make sure I never have
I'm
to
just
move.
gonna just up the ante. 100 million needs to be a lot to hate yourself. Like this is your one chance at life.
I need
and
so
especially if
much
you're gonna
more
read-
than 100 million.
Yeah, maybe 500
Really?
million. Yeah, I was thinking too. Like I was like
I'm
maybe
thinking
billion.
billions, bro.
I can't imagine
You're probably right
a
because
real
like you want to.
purchase beyond
Forever,
10 million.
Yeah, but
bro.
like Mark Zuckerberg money, like you buy half the island of Kauai, and you buy. I mean, like you're
'Cause you
talking
can't
about
do that with fucking no.
100 million. You can't get there.
If
but
I hate
billions,
myself,
Yeah, but I
I better
wouldn't
be able to
want
just
that.
be like, I want to buy the fucking Bahamas because I feel like shit for selling my
right,
soul.
right.
What the fuck am I going to do with the Bahamas?
I don't know. Throw a party.
That sounds like work. I'm going to have to run the whole fucking
Run
country.
Maybe you
Fire
got
Festival.
money, bro. Yeah. Did you watch that documentary? It
Oh, yeah, I
was
watched both of them,
It wasn't
man.
very good, but it was also like, man, it was
It's-
interesting.
It was entertaining, man. Watching
It was
that
entertaining, but also like at the same time.
Do
Like,
you know
oh,
anyone who went?
No. Did you guys know? You guys know?
I have a buddy who went.
Dude.
Oh, really?
One of Adam Simeon's friends.
Dude.
Fucking douchebag.
Oh, of course.
Like, of
Who the fuck
course.
else would go to that?
Exactly.
Oh, we're gonna go chill with models and then
Me and
Emily
Bella Hadid
Ratajkowski?
are gonna be tight.
Oh, dude, come on. You deserve to have your money taken. Number one fear as a child.
Snakes.
Dude, I have a funny story about that.
I also have a really weird one you want to hear. I always had this weird phobia of like my teeth being rubbed against carpet.
Wow, that sounds so like pleasant.
No, for
It's
some reason
pleasant.
that, some
It
reason
doesn't
that really
doesn't sound
for
fucking
some reason
pleasant.
that really like grossed me out.
Like the
No, it
actual
sounds
feeling.
hairy and nasty,
Yeah,
but not
exactly.
like scary.
Sounds like-
I used to be terrified of bees, and now
Really?
I like bees. Just like
Are you
literally
allergic?
completely changed. No, I've been stung by one, and it was nothing. It was
I
fine.
never seen my bee.
I used to be terrified of them. Now I'm like,
Isn't it
totally
crazy?
fine. But there are
Dude,
some other bugs that are kind of.
I had
nasty.
an aunt
Spiders.
who was terrified of snakes, and I was just a shithead kid, and we went to a store once, and there was a fake snake, and I was like, oh, she's scared of these. I'm gonna go fuck with her, and I went and I was like, look, and I held it up to her face, and she sprinted around the store yelling, like, she's like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking kill me, he's gonna fucking kill me, and she's just running around the store like hysterical, and I'm
You're
like,
like, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Sorry, man, I was
Where I grew up in Houston, we had water moccasins, which were like highly venomous
They'll
snakes.
fucking kill you.
So yeah, that was like that kind of upped the ante for me.
dude.
Wow.
all right, what's your favorite word, and we'll close out on that. It's a good one.
I've always liked the sound of the word mallard.
What does that mean?
It's like a duck.
Duck, yeah.
Mallard?
Yeah, it's a.
Isn't there a mallard in Fargo also? Like they have like the little duck on their.
I like that. I like
maybe.
that though. It kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah,
Mallard.
yeah.
Oh man.
pleasant.
There. Oh, I don't know what word I like.
Mallard.
The word I don't like is bureaucracy. It's so hard to spell.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah.
It's a stupid one to spell.
I hate that.
Dachshund is
Yeah.
spelled stupid too.
Dotson is spelled. Yeah. I don't know what word I like. Something pleasant.
You know what word bothers me? Moist.
I've
Everyone-
heard people say that.
There's like something about that. It's kind of like that. We're talking about that like
Yeah,
cheese
we're talking
grater
about
Mac.
yeah, we're talking about
Those
yeah.
holes.
There's a new Mac that has it's like fucking $40,000 or whatever it is, if you get it all souped up. But it has a bunch of holes all over it, and there's like I forget what it's called. You know, I can look it up. Hey Siri, what is the fear of holes? Let's see what she says.
Trypophobia is an aversion
Oh,
to the sight
shit.
of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes or bumps.
Dude,
Wow,
that was.
that's-
Want to hear more?
Dude,
No, I'm good.
I did not imagine
First of
Siri
all,
was going to pull that
That's
up.
the first time I've ever seen Siri work ever
Yeah, I
in
was
like
gonna
10
say.
years.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, Apple, sponsor us. What's up?
Yeah, exactly. But maybe yeah,
Trypophobia.
that moist must have like that same kind of reaction for people.
Yeah.
It's like you're like the 6th or 7th person.
Mallard has
Is it
a
a
good one, though.
sexual thing?
No, it's just like the fucking.
Moist.
You just get the heebie-jeebies when you look at it. You ever like people watch that Dr. Pimple Popper? I can't fucking watch that.
Oh,
shit.
dude. Yeah. Who the fuck? Yeah.
Dude, who the fuck? Millions of people. That's
yeah,
who.
apparently, dude. Well, the people who watch TLC, like, I mean, that shit is so fucked. Like, that's another thing. That's like on the same level as PR reps.
TLC,
like, I can't watch.
They have some home improvement shit I like. I think, don't they?
Back in the day, they used to do a lot of surgery stuff.
That's because it was back in the day. It was the Learning Channel. Now they're trying to like.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, but now it's like it's so.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's so sensationalist. Like it's either little people, pimples.
But look at MTV, right?
I mean, but
Road
the
Rules,
Honey
Real
Boo Boo.
World. Yeah,
Yeah, but even
everyone's going that
Real
way.
World is still a little bit more elevated than Honey Boo Boo.
You're right.
I love Honey.
Or what was the other one? Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty, and then
They got in trouble
now
too?
they've got. Have you heard 90 Day Fiance? That shit's
No.
fucked.
But at the same time, we have.
That's me. That's another version of me selling my soul.
No, but that's
Doing something like that.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. For that, it's not even that much. I don't need $1 billion for that. I'll do some shit.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Be a
But
lot easier paycheck.
yeah, they I don't know. There's a lot of stupid people, so like they need something to watch. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Those shows.
I mean,
I used to get frustrated on them. Like, you know what? Like, dumbasses need this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, they're happy.
I mean, look, I know people who aren't even dumb that watch it. It's just
Yeah.
like nice, numbing ambience that, like, you know, you have a hard ass day and you can literally wipe your mind
Jersey Shore.
clean watching that shit. I just wish that there wasn't such an incentive to capitalize on that. You know, it's like you get rewarded for
Dumb
creating
shit.
like the dumbest,
Kim
most
Kardashians of the
cynical
world,
shit.
too.
Yeah,
They've
exactly.
kind of turned it into an empire, the Kim Kardashian model.
Oh,
It's kind of
yeah.
crazy. Well, shit, we're about an hour in. What do you guys want to? I always try to get people to at least like individually give like what they would like people to take away as their message or whatever you want to call it. Like, you know what I mean? It could be along the lines of what we're talking about, or it could be along the lines of your life or whatever it is. I know you're a Jubu now, so.
For me, I think it's also coming off of this idea of exploiting people, like exploiting what, like we have a lizard brain that wants sensational content and wants trash. That's why National Enquirer is so exciting. It's something just like around like be kind, don't assume everyone's opinion and point of view. But I think like having gone through this digital business and like building this out, it's easy to see all the trappings of like how easy it is to exploit people's attention spans. I mean, you see that on Facebook all the time, and what like gets people to click and like consume and share content. Unfortunately, it's not the prettier side of humanity. So I don't know, be kind, respectful, try not to exploit one another. I mean, it's weird. I'm coming at it again from it's kind of a very peaceful kind of.
No, I agree
because
like, I think a lot of us are living in echo chambers, you know, because of the algorithm. It's going to show you the shit that you want to see, and nobody has an opposing critical thought coming at them, so they have a preconceived notion towards whatever the opposite side is, and they've made up this whole idea and this whole dialogue because, again, sensationalism, whatever's been the most extreme with this shit is what is catching your eyeballs, you know?
Right.
So
I mean, advertising has been predicated on like cut through the clutter, create a good catch line or catchphrase.
If it bleeds, it leads. It's the same kind of concept.
Right. But as content creators and people in content, like
it's a
it's
responsibility.
just unfortunate that I think here's the kind of the what I think is a risk. Technology is pushing us so quickly. Like we just know how fast things are getting optimized. I mean, just think about like
spiritually, we're not acclimated.
Well, just like like phones and how quickly that got adopted and how quickly technologies are moving, and then like that speed is also being applied to exploitation, and to like exploiting our minds and exploiting what we're going to click on and respond to, and it's just I don't know. I mean, I hope that that's not like just an inevitability, but that we have some control of creating content that's not going to create a terrible world.
I think I'd see a silver line. I think people genuinely want to do good. Like everybody wants to like genuinely. There's a lot of shitheads, but that's the 1% of the 1%, and they just happen to be really fucking loud because nice people aren't as loud, you know. But
it's not as sensational. Doesn't get the coverage. Doesn't have the tear down story or whatever.
But it's the most of us. I think most people are nice. You know, most people are good. Most people don't want bad shit. You know.
I wish I believed that.
I have days where I believe that, and I think Jared probably
just drink some coffee, bro.
No,
You'll feel good. Do you drink coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's like, yeah, it doesn't help.
I mean, I believe that certain individuals that I know are good,
yeah.
But I don't really believe that humanity on a whole is either good or bad. My thing is, just next time you're angry, please don't express that anger on the internet. It's really not productive. Spend a couple minutes thinking about what you're angry about, and your anger may be justified, but there's probably a more productive way to change what you see as unjust about the world than getting pissed off about it on the internet, which is only going to anger more people, which is only going to make people more divided. So please keep your anger off the internet. And even if you just take that anger and like donate $5 to a charity or something like that, that's going to do so much more than being angry on the internet.
That goes for all you fucking trolls. God damn it, man. I'm glad you said that. As soon as you said that, such a good message, man, because that's another thing that comes with this, the anonymity of it all. You know what I mean? You could be a little egg on Twitter, or you could be a little non-profile picture on YouTube, and you could just... The highest people are the ones that are the targets, right? The ones that are closest to the top, right? They're the ones who get shit on the most, and like they don't know how emotionally stable. I'm sure we all know a lot of people that are extremely successful, but that are fragile emotionally. You know what I mean? That can respond to something like that, and just because this asshole's having a bad day, like this fucking person, you suck, and you should kill yourself. And you're like, damn, like. Why are you being
even if there's something that is like objectively unjust,
of course too, but it's
still just like it's not going to help.
Yeah, like shut up. You're just gonna make things worse. Yeah. So why don't you just flip this into how you can control and put it in your control and make it something good?
I have a T-shirt idea called it's just a black T-shirt.
I'll have shirts for you guys too. Those are you guys.
Oh, cool!
Guys.
I appreciate that. Let me know what you think about this. Yeah. It's just a shirt with white text that says #keep it to yourself.
What if we make that? All right. I might make that. Hell yeah! Well, damn, it's been a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on, guys.
Pleasure to see you, man. Always.
Man,
I was really excited when you hit me up.
Dude, episode 81, man. You guys are
81. Hell
you guys are in, man. Boom.
Fun.
That's it, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Also, Wisecrack. What's the site? What's everything?
Just search Wisecrack on YouTube. It'll come up.
Yeah,
you'll find it.
Everything will come up. Just Google us.
Just Google
That's
it.
what he's saying. You should wear a shirt. Just Google us. All right, y'all. Episode 81 in the books. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.